What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 6 of the On Deck Sports Podcast. I am your host, James Torillo. I'm here with Dylan Lawyer and Nick Volpe. What's going on, guys? How we doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
I know you're doing good.
Yeah, you know I'm doing good. The Dodgers are World Series champions. Let's go. Last week, when we made our predictions, you said Yankees in 7. We both said Dodgers in 6. It ended up being Dodgers in 5, so Nick and I were pretty close. I didn't think so. We record every Thursday for everyone that doesn't know. Last Thursday, it was the day before Game 1, that crazy ending Game 1. Your boy Freddie Freeman with the walk-off grand slam. One of my favorite sports moments of all time, right there.
Up there.
Always will be. That was incredible. I really don't think we win the series without that. I think if he gets out there, that changes the whole series. We're down 1-0, changes the whole thing. But like I said, we record every Thursday. I didn't think we were going to come back this Thursday and the series was going to be over. I didn't think it was going to be done in 5 either way. I thought it was just going 6-7 either way. But
down 5-0 early.
Yeah,
That was pretty crazy.
We got to talk about
Jack
that fifth
Flaherty
inning.
sucks.
Jack Flaherty was rough. So that's another topic we could talk about. My dad always says Jack Flaherty is not an ace, and
He proved it.
I disagree though, because if he wasn't, then we wouldn't have gone out and gotten him at the deadline, right?
I guess.
I feel like he said he would rather have Yamamoto or Buehler start than Flaherty,
I agree.
which, yeah, I guess but not by that much. Flaherty was better than Buehler this year, but in the playoffs, Buehler was better, and Buehler closed it out anyways. So
That's what I care about is the
Yeah.
playoffs.
yeah,
So
fair enough. But we got to talk about that fifth inning. My goodness, the Yankees forgot how to play baseball. I mean, 3 errors?
Yeah.
Dodgers ended up getting 4 hits in that inning alone. Should have been maybe 1. Kike led off with a hit, the GOAT. Then
postseason MVP.
yeah,
Should be.
then Tommy Edman in the center field. You could see when Judge went to catch that ball before he dropped it, when they showed the replay, his eyes were over here looking at Kike because he was trying to catch it and pick him off at first because Kike was halfway. But he looked too fast and he missed it. So it was first and second, nobody out. Then the ground ball to Volpe. He throws it to third, completely spikes the throw.
Yeah.
Chisholm can't pick it. Bases loaded, nobody out. Then it was bases loaded, 2 outs, and Mookie grounds out. You think they're going to get out of it anyways, and Garrett Cole just doesn't cover the mound.
I don't know what
That was so weird.
he just stopped.
He stopped
I
and
don't
then he
understand.
pointed. He like pointed to Rizzo to go to first.
He wanted Rizzo to touch first, but that Garrett Cole, you got to be running.
100%.
It's a World Series. Even in the regular season, you got to run to first.
I mean, that's just baseball. Ground ball to first. The pitcher is supposed to cut off the runner and run to first to finish the play. That's textbook baseball. And he was running, and then he just stopped and pointed to first, like he wanted Rizzo to just go himself, but he wasn't close enough to the bag.
Yeah.
That's the worst part of it. He didn't even try. He just stopped.
All right. What were you saying, Nick?
He just didn't if it was one thing if he tried to run, he was just too slow to get there. He just stopped.
Yeah.
He just stopped there and just wanted. I mean, he thought Rizzo had it, but you got to cover the bag there.
Yeah. And I got to give it to Garrett Cole. He pitched a great game. I mean, none of those
He did, yeah.
those 5 runs are all unearned. Obviously not his fault. He got 6 outs that inning. And the Dodgers were able to take advantage of it, tie the game, and they ended up winning it on 2 sac flies. So Dodgers win their 2nd title of the decade. Do we have any last thoughts about the World Series, or do we want to move on?
The Yankees just did not play like a World Series team.
No,
At all.
they gave it away,
At all.
I think
but I'll take it.
I think the Yankees played worse. I mean, well, the Yankees basically killed themselves on that last game. It wasn't that the Dodgers were playing good. It was just the Yankees were playing worse. That's the way.
The Dodgers were pretty good, but the Yankees just gave themselves
no,
shot.
I mean, not the whole series. I mean, that game
Yeah,
specifically.
yeah.
That game should have been.
The Dodgers were inconsistent because I'm not going to complain because we won the World Series, so I really don't care if somebody went 0 for 14 in the series. But like guys like Muncy didn't have a hit the whole series. Shohei had 1 hit the whole series. I give him a little bit of credit because he was playing
Injury.
hurt.
Yeah.
So, and you could tell like something was going on because he's a very heavy pull hitter, and he didn't pull the ball once, even when he got out.
That catcher's interference, that swing by him looked like it was like he was way out.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think like that swing looked just terrible, but it was catcher's interference.
Yeah, I mean it was. And was that the 5th inning too?
No, that was later, I think. That was like 7-8.
Oh, yeah. Because then he got on, and then Mookie got up for the sac fly.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. So, yeah, Dodgers are World Series champions. The only bad thing about that for me is that there's no baseball until March. So now we're getting closer to winter. And for me, that's my least favorite part of sports because baseball is my favorite sport. It's your second favorite?
Second favorite, yeah.
And Nick, what about you? Third?
Like third, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Juan Soto. That's another thing we need to talk about. I know it's only day one of the offseason,
He's a
but
Brave.
do you think that there's any chance that Atlanta goes after him?
I think there is a chance, but I don't think it'll happen.
No.
I think he's more likely to go to either back to the Yankees. If he goes to the Phillies, I don't know what to say. But
I can't see him going anywhere but to the Yankees. I
think that's most likely.
I could see him, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Dodgers fan. I could see him going to the Dodgers, and I don't even know if
You got the cap for that?
we have the money for it. I just don't
After
know.
Shohei and all that, yeah.
Well, Shohei deferred all of his money to after his contract's over.
So FanDuel, yeah.
we have the money now to sign somebody like that. I don't really know if it's necessary because we have Mookie and Teo already that can play the outfield. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Soto wouldn't be a good fit because he would be,
Obviously.
but we need to go out and spend that money on getting a legit middle infielder
I was
or
going to
some
say
pitching.
infielders more of a need for you.
I mean, I love Muncy, but he actually was very good defensively in the postseason, but he's not the best defensive third baseman.
How old is he? 32-ish?
Around there, I would say.
So he's getting a little up there.
Yeah, he's getting a little up there. And let's be real, Muncy has just not been good the last few years. He had a very good season in 2021, and the last day of the regular season, he got hurt. He was playing first, and he went over to catch the ball, and the runner ran into his arm, and he just hasn't been the same since. He's been like a 220, 230 hitter. Mm-hmm. He can hit home runs here and there, but if you don't put it in the perfect spot, he's not hitting the ball.
Yeah, I definitely think he should be like a platoon kind of guy. Like coming off the bench, maybe play every 3 days.
I was saying, when we were down 5-0 last night, I was like, I don't want to see him play in Game 6. He shouldn't be. And he was batting fifth. He didn't have a hit the whole series, and he was batting fifth, which is crazy. I thought it should have been Tommy Edman fifth, and then, honestly, probably Kike sixth. And then
he was better, yeah.
The guys that couldn't hit the ball to save their lives, unfortunately, Will Smith, Max Muncy, and Gavin Lux. Gavin Lux had one hit in the series. I think Smith had two. He had one home run, but that was to the short porch. That wouldn't have been out at any other field in the league. Right. But finally, the Yankees short porch goes against them for the first time in 130 years.
Freddie had a short porch home run, too.
Yes, he did. I think did he have two?
He might have had two, yeah. One was kind of egregious, though. Obviously, only Yankee Stadium that was getting out.
But. And the other one was debatable.
Yeah, it was debatable.
Could have been gone at Dodger Stadium, could have not been. But look, that's their fault for making a stadium 314 feet in right field. Yeah. I actually have played on fields when I was 15, 16. There were fields I played on for baseball that had a further field in right field. It would be 320 or something. I think
that's ridiculous.
Which is insane. I think DeMayo at Vets Park, I think that's around the same as Yankee Stadium, which is crazy because you have 13-year-olds playing on that field. Yeah. And then there's guys like Juan Soto and Aaron Judge playing on Yankee Stadium. Right. That's unbelievable to think about. Crazy. But yeah, any last thoughts on the World Series, Nick or Dylan?
Congrats.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Good for you. But Shohei's good at gamble now, right? He can
No,
that's a serious. That's a serious
his parlay
question.
just hit. So.
No, that's right.
Well,
He's balling out in the
if he did
offseason.
bet, I sure hope he bet for us to win the World Series. Yeah. So, yeah,
he was in the dugout after the fifth inning. He's like, I'm putting this parlay on right now.
The best part about it is that we have 9 more years of Shohei, so we can do this a lot more. And he still hasn't pitched. And we had 12 different starting pitchers hurt on the IL this season. You're not supposed to have that many on a roster, let alone.
Well,
on
Shohei's
the IL.
going to make it 13 next year.
Well, he counts as the 12. So.
Oh, does he? He's listed as a pitcher.
Well, I mean, yeah, he is a pitcher. He is a pitcher, and he was hurt.
Yeah.
So, and he's still going to win MVP, which is the crazy part. So, yeah, Dodgers win the World Series. Thursday Night Football tonight. What else is going on? We're going to the Flyers game tonight.
Texans Jets.
Jets. I was just talking about that on the radio.
Texans.
Yeah.
Texans too.
Last week, I got to call you two out. You picked the Vikings over the Rams.
We did.
I think, honestly, I did too. So I can't even.
I didn't know Puka was playing.
Puka playing does make a difference, but I still would have had the Vikings. So.
I still would have the Vikings. I agree.
He was a huge part in that game.
Yeah.
He got a lot of snaps. He was supposed to be on a snap count, and he just
Cub.
wasn't. Yeah, Cup didn't get the ball that much. He was
Not
more
too
of like
much.
No, he did fine.
He had a touchdown,
Got me
though.
enough
He
points.
came through in the clutch situations, but yeah, he didn't really
had a
get
tutty.
fed that much. He did
I'll
have
take
a,
it. I'll take it.
He'll be better next week. He just had to come back.
That's one of the jerseys I'm gonna hang up in here if we can do that. I think I'm gonna go either Kobe or Cooper Cup behind me.
So how many are we hanging up?
Let's see.
Just-
I don't.
I mean, you can move the gray. You could probably move the
Here,
two,
one
like a
here.
two.
One there. I think we should get one each.
Yeah, that's fair. What jersey are you hanging up?
That's a good question. I have no clue.
Um,
I'll think about it. But I mean, what?
what jerseys do you have?
Oh, you know what? I got an Emmitt Smith jersey.
Okay.
I honestly that'll probably be the one I would do.
Emmitt Smith. Does
Yeah.
it still fit you?
I mean, it's a bit big, but I mean,
Oh, it's big.
a little
Okay.
big. I mean,
Okay. Do you have like? I know you sort of do. Do you guys have like big jersey collections, or is it just like?
I probably have like 10 or 12.
I'd say
altogether.
probably like 10 too. Probably a little less than him.
10, 15.
Okay.
something like that.
Because I was going through my drawers yesterday, and I did
I'm not loaded up like you.
No, I did not realize how many jerseys I have. I have like
you got a lot.
10 for each sport,
Yeah, that's insane.
Did I?
and I have 2 favorite basketball teams.
Yeah, that is
So-
true. That is true.
Did I show you? Did I tell you I have a black Kyle Korver Sixer jersey? It's the one with the.
I think I've seen you wear
I think
that.
Why do you have that?
I have no clue. I think my brother-in-law gave it to me.
You've also worn a Tony D'Angelo Flyers jersey.
I
So you
did.
have some weird jerseys,
I
but I
did.
respect it. 'cause I
That
do
one's
too.
not mine. That was my cousin's.
I have a St. Louis Rams Sam Bradford jersey, and a Zach Ronaldo Flyers jersey. So, and a Joe Harris Nets jersey.
Maybe I'll get a Sam Darnold Eagles jersey and we could wear it at the same time.
Bradford, you mean?
Yeah, what did I say?
Darnold.
Oh, did I?
I was like, he did not play for the Eagles. Did he?
No.
Is there a trade I didn't hear about?
Yeah, I was going back. Like, did he play for the Eagles?
Sammy B, the legend. I remember that trade when he got traded for Foles. I remember I was going to the Flyers game that night with my dad, and we were on the way there, and we were listening to the Philly radio station. They were talking about it, and I was actually happy because I loved Bradford, but he was always hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let's go. We got Nick Foles. We might be a little better. I think we got a few picks in that deal or something.
I do not remember.
I don't remember the whole thing, but I remember it being Foles for Bradford, and then
Mhm.
there was a little more.
Mm-hmm.
That was 2015, that offseason. And then Foles' first game was Rams Seahawks, and he threw for 400 yards. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have a quarterback. And then he was horrible the rest of the time. He was so bad. He was probably the worst Rams quarterback I've ever seen. Behind that, besides that one good game he had, we won in overtime against the Seahawks. And then after that, he was nothing.
He was Nick Foles.
Yeah, he was Nick Foles.
Other
He's
than
a backup.
2017.
To
But
be
yeah,
fair,
yeah, he's a backup.
he's a career backup. Yeah, Thursday night football tonight. We need to do our anytime touchdown predictions.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I mean,
All right, I got Joe Mixon.
yeah. I was gonna say Joe Mixon's obviously gonna score.
Pick a different.
Now
one.
you can't.
He can do
I
Joe
took the
Mixon.
easy one because I took the hardest one last time.
Yeah, you did. Mine was the only one that hit last week. I had Kyron Williams,
Who
and
did-
you
who-
had Cam Akers.
That's
You
free.
had
What did I say?
Aaron Jones.
Oh,
Did I
yeah,
say Aaron
true.
Jones?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we all picked
That's
running
right.
backs. I remember.
That's
yeah.
right. Okay.
Kyron Williams was the only one to score. So you got to come back this week, Nick. Who do you got?
All right, Cam Akers. I'll probably say Garrett Wilson actually this week.
Garrett Wilson. Okay. Gosh, there's not many options. I don't want to pick anybody on the Jets besides Garrett Wilson because I don't trust them to score.
Then pick a Texan.
Is Nico Collins healthy?
Yes. No. Nico's not.
No,
healthy.
Nico's
Tank
not.
is though.
Tank Dell.
Tank Dell is. I'll go Tank Dell. So we'll go Tank Dell, Garrett Wilson, Joe
I
Mixon.
think that can hit.
Lock it in. That's
Lock-
hitting 3 for 3. Put all your flip
1, 2,
cash
3.
on it. Yeah, the Texans are going to be 7-2 after tonight if they win. Which
Pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think Stephon Diggs is going to be that big
He's-
of a loss, to be honest. Because they
No?
were,
I mean,
I think that's huge. A star
It's-
wide receiver.
it's big, but not that big. I
He's
think
their best wide receiver. So wide receiver.
oh,
one.
I don't. We were talking about this right. I think because of that injury, they have the Texans as underdogs tonight.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I don't-
definitely
I-
think
yeah,
Texans
that's-
will win.
I don't know
that's-
why.
Jets defense is good though. I could see this game being
Like low scoring.
17-13 final.
my parlay for the weekend is them winning and then the Redskins beating the Giants. It's like
Yeah, that's
15 to pay for like 50.
What team?
I'm sorry, the Commanders.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
I was gonna have to cancel you. So
I owe everyone here an apology. I'm going to be kicked off the air. This is the last time I'm going to be putting on this headset as there's a deep drive in the left field by Castellanos. But what's it called? So yeah, we all got Texans tonight against the Jets. Nick, our bet is looking fantastic for me.
I know.
For those who don't know, Nick and I have a $40 bet that the Jets will or won't make the playoffs. I said they won't. He said they will. They're 2-6, could be 2-7.
I think it'll get settled tonight. That bet.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not.
If they lose tonight, they're gonna have to be perfect the rest of the year because 10-7,
6 losses isn't. That's comebackable.
7 though. You think they're gonna go
7 is like max losses that you're not comebackable.
it's
That's what I'm saying. If they lose tonight, they have to be perfect.
Then it's settled.
they
that's what I'm
shouldn't.
saying.
They just shouldn't be 2-6 though. I don't
They
know
really
why.
shouldn't be.
They should be like 4 and like. They should be 4-4.
I could. Yeah,
They really
I
should be
agree.
4-4. They should have beaten the Patriots last week, and they should have beat the Broncos that one week.
I hate calling players washed, but
Rodgers is not washed.
I think he sort of is. I'm sorry.
He's not as good, but he's not washed.
I think there's a difference between past your prime and being washed. I think Rodgers is kind of in the middle.
That's.
Okay, I can see that.
I don't like the fact that he's blaming everybody for everything. Like
Oh, that's Aaron Rodgers.
That's Aaron Rodgers, but like he's got too many young guys on that team to like actually be doing all that shit too.
He was in Green Bay, didn't like the situation there, left, and then brought like 10 of his former teammates from Green Bay to the Jets.
Yeah.
And it's still not working, and he wonders why. Because it's just him and the teammates he went 8-9 with in a different uniform, and then the rest of his teammates are even worse than what he had.
We were also talking on the car right here. We agreed they should not have fired Saleh.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bad move
I disagree with that.
Is it true? I heard something about him.
with the Packers.
Packers. Is that true?
Yeah.
So what they're doing with him, they're actually putting him on the offensive side of the ball, like because he can read defenses. So they have him with
Okay.
the Packers. Like he's not like coordinator, but he's like an assistant right now.
Okay.
So honestly, that's a good move for the Packers.
Yeah. The best part about that is about the whole Aaron Rodgers trade and that whole deal. The Packers are what 6-2, and they just replaced Rodgers with his backup, Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go out and get anybody crazy besides like Josh Jacobs.
That's what teams should be doing.
They didn't. Yeah.
Teams should be drafting to put behind a veteran quarterback that can teach.
That's
You
what.
throw Anthony Richardson out there, he sucked. You throw Bryce Young out there, he sucks. Rookie quarterbacks, other than like CJ Stroud, and that's it. Really, like don't do much the first season.
Yeah.
I much prefer a
say
rookie to
CJ
sit
and-
his first start. Jalen Hurts
CJ
behind
and
Wentz.
Jaden.
Sam
well.
Bradford won Offensive Rookie of the Year his rookie year.
Well,
so you
somebody's
take
got to
that
win
back.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jaden Daniels
Yeah.
is good his first year.
Yeah.
But like that's just exceptions. Most of the time, a rookie quarterback starting is not going to be good.
I would love for the Rams to copy that.
I would say Dak for the rookie year too, but that was kind of
Dak did have a pretty decent.
he had a great rookie year.
He did.
Him and Zeke had a great year.
Romo was hurt his rookie year, right?
He broke his collarbone, I think, in the preseason.
Yeah.
But that Dak team, when was he a rookie? 16?
2016. Yep.
They were pretty stacked on offense that year.
They were-
The
it was-
O-line was one of the best in the league. That was
Yeah.
prime Zeke.
They started like
They-
10-1.
They still had
didn't
Dez.
They were 13-3 that year, and they lost to the Packers
with that like toe tap catch.
Mason Crosby field goal ended it. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. I remember
they
that.
they can't beat the Packers. That shit pisses me
No,
off.
Packers are
they
kind of their
cannot.
weakness.
Yeah.
Packers are their weakness. Niners are their weakness.
Eagles already beat them
Any good team is their weakness, basically.
In Brazil.
in Brazil.
In Brazil, that's
That was,
right.
That was
And
weird.
that's BS because that counts as a home game for the Eagles. I hate that.
Yeah. But at least you get that, and then it's a 17-game schedule now. So you get like
Yeah.
that home game and then 8 home games, 8 away games.
Yeah.
So it's
It's fine.
not the end of the world. And you won, so it's not
Yeah,
like
yeah. Can't complain too much.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But I would love to see the Rams copy what the Packers did with that whole Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love situation. Like if we could I really don't even know what to expect because if the Rams can stay healthy, I think they can be a playoff team. But if they don't, then there's no chance.
I can see them being first round exits. No offense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting them to win the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
I had higher expectations at the beginning of the year when they were healthy before they were 3-4.
Mhm.
But now when you start 3-4, it's hard to become a contender because you pretty much have to be perfect from here on. Because if you want to be competing for the division in a division like the NFC West, you have to be like 12-5
Yeah.
to win that division.
Well, hold on. So you guys Niners are still probably going to win it, but I'm trying to think who else would
Maybe
be
with all
wild.
those injuries.
I think there's.
Yeah, but they're
But like Cardinals and Seahawks aren't.
they're injured, but they're
injured.
still 500,
They're still
Yeah,
500.
which is
though.
the scary part because when their guys come back, they're one of the best teams in football.
I'm just trying to think about who the other wild card teams are because it's either going to be Eagles and Redskins are going to get the wild card spot in the East.
Eagles and what team?
Redskins.
Standing on business.
Oh shoot. Yeah, I think the Washington football team Commanders could be they're going to be a playoff.
They're going to be in
team.
the playoffs. Yeah.
I think
They're going to be playoffs.
Yeah.
Do you think the Eagles win that division?
I do.
You do?
I do. It'll be Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If the Eagles don't win that division, do you think they're like a 5 seed?
Yeah, like four seed, I would say.
That North
4
is
seeds division winner. If they don't, I'm saying if they don't win it.
Okay, then
Like,
5 seed. Yeah,
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we'll definitely have the best record out of who didn't win the division. Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest, I'm thinking it's gonna be 2 NFC North teams, and then it's gonna be the Eagles or Redskins. Because
Oh, for the wild cards.
for the wild cards.
Okay.
Because because Lions are probably gonna win that division.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
I think they will.
I think the Lions are going to be in the Super Bowl.
I mean, that'd be a great Super
I
Bowl.
think it'll either be Eagles, Lions in the NFC side. So
Yeah, I really that offense. I know they played the Titans last week,
that
but to
offense
have
is insane.
35 points at halftime in an NFL game,
Crazy.
that's nuts.
Yeah, they're
That is
they're a great
nuts.
team.
That's not even how much we have in the NJFL. 28 is like the
Right.
most you can get.
Right.
35 at halftime is nuts. I
Mhm.
mean, they didn't even have to. The game was over at halftime. They were. That offense is disgusting. Unfortunately for their defense, no Aiden Hutchinson, but they do have.
Yeah.
They do have like a decent defense.
Yeah, they still have a good
This
defense.
is a
They have a
solid
good defense.
I still have no clue why he was playing 2 weeks ago. I don't know why they were up 27 or whatever it was.
Well, it was like third quarter, right?
Yeah, it was still
They
a
were
little
up, like,
early,
They were up
but they were gonna win.
20. They were up 3 touchdowns. I was at that point, you gotta just give it up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you can't
It's
just.
tough.
You can't
Well,
bench a
Dallas
guy
is
for
not-
two
Dallas is
It's
not
always
scoring.
it's
Dallas
always
is not
easy to
scoring.
say that after the guy gets injured.
Yeah,
No, but like still, you're up by like 3 touchdowns, and Dallas is playing like shit the whole season, and you're gonna leave your star guy out there.
Yeah.
You gotta get
Yes.
the backup snaps against Dallas. It's just what you gotta do.
yeah. But what happens if it's early third quarter? You're up like 21, and then
Okay.
you take guys out like Hutchinson, or you take out Goff and put the backup QB in, and then the Cowboys score 2 touchdowns, and now you have a game. You just let them back in the game.
They're
Whole
not
quarter's
scoring.
a lot of time. 28-3.
No, I
That's-
get that, but
yeah.
they're still not doing that though. They're not that
Yeah, but-
team. That's why I was.
You don't think so, but
No, I know they're not that team. That's why I said.
yeah, but like my point is you can make a comeback in a whole.
No, you
half of
can.
football.
I agree. It's just still the Lions have a solid enough defense where you could take somebody like Hutchinson out at that point in the game. Like that game was over at half. That game was 100% over at half.
What was the score at halftime?
It was fucking over. I know that's what it was. I shut it off at half. I know it was over.
It was over.
They were. I think it was 27.
27-6.
27-6. That's right.
21 Yeah,
27-6.
27-6. That's
rough.
That's rough, but it's not over at halftime.
Never.
It's just
That's 3 touchdowns.
no, I get that, but still, it's just you gotta like the Dallas team has like no motivation at all. Like they cannot do anything. Like I hate to rant again, but they cannot do anything.
I agree with you, but they can't just say like, "Oh, let's
No, I
take
get-
Aiden
I know what you're
Hutchinson
saying.
out just
No,
because
I
it's the
get that.
Cowboys."
No, I know exactly. I get that, but I'm just saying they're still holding them that whole game. If you're just gonna take Aiden Hutchinson out, that's not gonna change that game entirely from that point. They're not coming back 3 touchdowns if just Hutchinson's going out, or even a couple guys are going out.
I agree, but I understand that they wouldn't want to take the chance. Because, like I said, if you take Hutchinson out and then they march down the field and it's a 14-point game, now you've got a game with a whole quarter left because you decided to take your best player out because you were scared he was going to get hurt.
True, but their offense was also doing whatever they want. They could have probably. I agree. They shouldn't have taken Goff out. But they probably could have. They probably could have taken Goff out that game because they were just run over the field with
But
Gibbs.
it's
And
so easy to like fumble a snap or something. I never really like taking people out early. And that is an important NFC game. Like you never know how the season's going to end with seeding and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Last episode, you predicted the Cowboys' final record, and you said 5-12.
yeah, still,
You-
yeah.
Well, I know you still believe that, but do you think they have a chance this week against Atlanta?
What? No.
You don't think they have any chance at all?
Nope.
Score prediction.
I think it's going to be high scoring.
Yeah, for Atlanta. Atlanta's gonna have at least 30. I guarantee that. That's 100% gonna happen.
Okay. I don't even know what to say. You're like me with the Dodgers when they're losing. Like I texted Zach last night when we were down 5-0, and I was like, "We're gonna lose this in 7."
Because the whole offseason they're supposed to go all in, and they lost Pollard, and they did nothing with that. They plugged no
They
holes.
did get worse.
They just got
Were they
entirely-
supposed to go all in, or did you just want them to?
No. That was the whole Jerry Jones shtick. We're going all in, and then he signed Eric Kendricks.
Fell asleep.
He fell asleep.
They could have got Derrick Henry.
They
That
coulda
was
got
like
Derrick Henry.
so rumored.
But he
that would have
wasn't.
been huge for them.
But guess what? He wasn't on their payroll. He didn't. It would have been too much. It would have been too much for Derrick Henry. But that's okay.
That's a very different football team if you have Derrick Henry back there than
Opens up everything on offense.
Zeke
I
and
still-
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
I still think they're a shitty team with Derrick Henry, but because that defense is still going to be terrible.
I think they're pretty good with Derrick Henry.
No, it's.
I think they go 500 with Derrick Henry.
Well,
at
here's the thing.
least.
If you're looking at maybe 500, maybe
Yeah.
500. Well, here's the thing.
They could go 500 this year.
Yeah.
No, they're not going 500. Okay.
They could.
They could. Anybody could.
I think they will go 500.
I don't think anybody could.
Not everybody could. You
Not
think the
really.
Panthers are going to finish?
No.
Panthers couldn't win 8-9 games.
You're stretching what I said, but no, I don't think Dallas's offensive line is as nearly as good as the Ravens. So Derrick Henry would not be putting as much, would not be doing as much as he's doing right now. I also don't think the play calling is as good. They don't really do anything like special, not like special, but like anything like they don't change their play calling at all. Because I remember they're like bottom 20 in RPO and screenplays. Like they just don't try anything. They just kind of like have Dak throw it 15 yards every time.
Yeah, I think that was like the Eagles last year towards the end of the season. We just like did not change anything on offense. I think if stuff doesn't work 3 weeks in a row, you gotta try something. And I think that's why the Chiefs are undefeated. Because that offensive playbook is so wide open. Defense has to cover every area of the field. Obviously, best quarterback in the league doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
But
He hasn't even been playing.
No,
like
he
the best
hasn't.
quarterback
He hasn't.
in
He's not
football.
playing.
That's
He
the crazy part.
And everybody forgets about the Chiefs' defense is so good.
That's
defense.
Chiefs'
I
defense
100%
is,
agree.
is so solid.
They're top 5 in the league, 100%. No
100%.
doubt. And it's that defense has been carrying them.
And
honestly.
it's the best part because no one ever like if you hear why the Chiefs win, you will always hear Patrick Mahomes is why they won, but never the
Patrick Mahomes, here's the guy. If you're voting for the election and not voting for Patrick Mahomes,
Write him in.
Yeah.
Write him in.
There was what we brought that up the other day. What was they were
Tyler-
destroying ballots or something.
Oh yeah, for our project. Yeah, they
Yeah,
were destroying ballots
yeah,
in
and
Washington State. Yeah.
Somehow we got on the Chris Collinsworth. And we were like, I destroyed them because they weren't for Patrick Mahomes,
right.
Or Jalen Hurts, who's what, 600 pounds.
Anyway,
Yeah. Anywho, I don't even remember what we were talking about.
we're talking about Chiefs defense.
Chiefs
Over the
defense, and they lost. What's his face? That went to the Titans, the corner. Snead. Yeah.
Oh,
they lost him too,
was
and that
that-
just was like,
Didn't-
okay.
yeah, didn't even
He
face
was
him.
one of the best
Next man
corners
up.
in the league last year. Yeah.
man up.
Doesn't even matter, and they're fine.
They have the best coaching staff in the league. I think that plays such a big role in football. I think football is definitely the sport where coaches matter the most.
Yeah, I don't think it's even close.
Like, absolutely, I think that.
I think that, and then baseball, because
so?
well, to be fair, the Dodgers did win a championship with,
With
Dave
Dave
Roberts. Yeah, that's true. But we do have a super team,
Yeah,
so
but
you got to be pretty bad
Coaching
to
is
not
so
win
big.
with Shohei, Mookie, Freddie, hey Oscar Hernandez.
Kike.
Yeah, Kike Hernandez. We won 2 rings with Kike and Dave Roberts.
Mr. October.
Yeah, that's what dude. I keep trying to like reverse jinx him. So he was up last night, and I was like, this guy can't hit a beach ball. He sucks.
What did he go 2 for 4 last night?
Yeah, yeah, solid.
he
You
had
had 2 for
one
5.
hit.
No, you had 2.
Did he?
You had 2. You had 2.
He had the base hit to center. That was our first hit in the 5th inning.
He scored on the
Oh
sac
yeah,
fly.
yeah. He had another base hit to left field.
Yeah.
So he was 2 for 4. Yeah. So I don't know. He's gained respect for me. That's for sure. But
Should be.
well, yeah. The Jets are placing Alan Lazard on injured reserve.
Irrelevant.
News just in from our reporter.
Texans
here
minus
on Deck
1,000
Sports.
tonight. Game's over. Give it to Texans right now.
I don't think that really makes a difference.
They lose
I
Lazard.
think Lazard. I
Texans
think
lose
Lazard's a solid
Diggs.
receiver,
I
but
don't think he's that good.
I think he's solid. I don't think he's like
okay.
he's not.
He's nothing compared to Devontae Adams or Garrett Wilson.
No,
He's
but
an okay wide. He's
still
good
a
for wide receiver 3.
No, he's still a solid.
He's fine.
Solid receiver.
He's fine.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world that he's out, but
Doesn't help.
Sucks.
I don't think it would matter, to be honest. I can't see the Jets winning tonight. If they can't beat the Patriots, they could lose to anybody in the league. Because the Patriots might be the worst team in football.
Any given Sunday
Yeah.
at the end of the day, but you gotta win those games.
Yeah, especially division rival that spanked you for 20 years in a row, and now they're finally horrible.
You.
Yeah, yeah, and they still beat you. That's got to be
bad.
demoralizing.
They were winning for most of that game right till the end, or did I? Was I thinking
It was
something?
just like low scoring, ugly. Because
I didn't watch a second of that game.
Well,
I always
I mean,
watch the
obviously
Jets
no one's-
games because Eagles games on, Jets games on my cable box, so I'm flipping back and forth commercial breaks.
Okay.
It sucks watching Jets games. It sucks.
I hate being in this area for football because we have to watch the Jets and Giants. And if you're not an Eagles fan, then it's just like,
sucks.
yeah,
Always boring games. The last 5 years have been boring for the Jets and the Giants.
it's been more than that. Jets haven't made the playoffs in 13 years? And it's going to be more than that now?
Yeah, it's me 14.
Probably, yeah.
And the Giants made it a few years ago, but they weren't even that good that year.
Giants made it in 22.
Yeah.
And they really weren't good.
They beat
They were
the Vikings.
9-7-1.
That was such a crazy game.
They did beat
Yeah, I
They
don't
beat
know
the
how that
Vikings.
happened.
I have no
and then the
clue.
Eagles squashed them.
Eagles
Daniel
just won.
Jones is so bad. Oh my gosh.
6 years he's going on as their quarterback. That's
don't-
insane.
I don't
How do
know
you
how-
not give up on him?
Yeah.
How do you not get sick of that? That's crazy.
I understand wanting to not give up on a quarterback too early, like the Bears Justin Fields situation, but
But at this point, it's overdue.
yeah, I think honestly, looking back at it, when they made the playoffs and won that playoff game, it hurt them in the long run
Because
now they
Daniel
trust
Jones will bring
Daniel
ball in.
I
Jones.
agree, yeah.
They know Daniel Jones can get them to the playoffs and even win them a playoff game. But is that really going to happen
I
again?
don't- What
Are they
was
gonna
the
do any
record
better?
that year? Because they had like double
They were
digit
9,
wins.
7-1.
Well, they had a tie. Okay.
They're that Giants team is the only NFC team to beat Lamar.
Yeah.
That's right.
Isn't that crazy? That the
nuts.
Daniel Jones led
He's like
Giants.
23-1 or something like that.
Yeah, something insane like that. He's never lost to another NFC team.
Kid-
It's
Weird.
ridiculous.
Very weird. Yeah, it's been rough for New York, especially Yankees losing 5 in the World Series.
Mets.
The Mets, Dodgers beat both New York teams.
They do.
Jets stink. Giants stink. The Nets are
Rangers.
tanking.
Are pretty good.
The who?
The Rangers.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're terrible.
I don't know.
They're
I don't
horrible.
watch hockey. I thought they were pretty good.
No, they're not. They're horrible. They totally didn't have the best record in hockey last year. That doesn't even count.
They're not in second place right now. It's fine.
But they pulled a Cowboys and they lost in the playoffs anyways.
They did. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was great. That was fantastic. You would have thought I was a Panthers fan watching that series. I was so happy. I was so happy when they
remember that.
were eliminated. That was great. I was posting on my story clowning them like I was a fan of the Panthers. I had people sliding up like, that's you're saying a lot coming from a guy who didn't even make the playoffs. I'm like, I'm just as much of a Rangers hater as I am a Flyers fan.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So
It's nuts.
it felt like one of my teams made it to the championship when the Rangers didn't. It was fantastic.
It's so funny.
It was great. Who's your least favorite team in all of sports? Both of you. Mine's are obviously the Rangers.
Phillies, Giants, Cowboys. One of those three.
Pick one, buddy.
As of right now, Phillies.
Really?
As of right now.
Has it always been that way or just
No.
of recent? Yeah.
Since
That's-
like 2022. It's been that way.
That's fair. Because like before that, when they sucked, they were
I
like,
didn't give a shit about them.
yeah, no, I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, they're just like a bad baseball team. I
That's when
I
I
like-
hated the Mets.
like their ballpark. They got nice uniforms.
Yeah.
And, I don't have a problem with them.
I really didn't care about them until like 2021.
No.
I really didn't.
Yeah. And then there were like 20,000 people at every game, and they cared more about Eagles training camp in July
Always, yeah,
than
always.
than Phillies.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, the Phillies sneak into the playoffs. They win around, and all of a sudden, that place is packed. Red October, and then
Didn't
all of a
last
sudden,
long.
they're so I'm not a fan of that. Nick, what about you?
I guess probably. I'm thinking maybe like the Celtics. Boston's kind of
I do hate
Really?
the Celtics.
you can't
Yeah,
It's my least favorite basketball team.
definitely
agreed.
Yeah.
It's like both of my favorite basketball teams are rivals with the Celtics. One's in their division, and then obviously
The
Lakers.
other one's
Celtics.
just historic, yeah.
Yeah, I wish that rivalry would heat up more. That'd be nice to see them in the finals, but like, it's so stressful, like already having to watch your team in the championship for any sport because it's the finals, like
Mhm.
Dodgers in the World Series. But then it's 10 times worse when they're playing your least favorite team.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
especially when they're up 3-0 and you think they're gonna blow a 3-0 series
No.
lead. But
I never thought they were going to.
well,
Obviously, it was lurking like in the back.
That
but
was when they went up 3-0 the day of Game 4. That was just in the back of my head. Like, what if somehow this happens? Like,
they could have easily won last night, and we could be talking about the potential of that happening today.
yeah.
It would have been a huge because look,
Crazy.
Panthers, Oilers did it last year, or did
Yeah.
it this year.
It was 3-0.
3-0.
Oilers tied 3-3, and then the Panthers win Game 7 anyways.
That was we watched. Did we watch the game together? Right.
Yeah, we did.
That was a great game.
7. That was a great finals. We didn't think it was going to be a great finals, and then it ended up being a great finals. So, everybody was hating on both the Dodgers and Yankees. Though, like if I would have like SportsCenter on every morning, and they would be trash talking the World Series, like this isn't no series. This is ridiculous. I'm like, what do you want the Dodgers to do? Lose on purpose so it can go 7?
It's just because the Yankees sucked.
Yeah,
That's really
the Yankees did suck. They sucked in game 2 and 3. They didn't suck in game 1 really. It was just the Freddie grand slam.
Yeah.
Because 6-3 is a deceiving score when it was 3-2 and they were an out away from.
Yeah. You're
game
right.
one.
You're right.
Man, it would have been nuts if they held on and won that game. They're up 1-0. Who knows what happens after that? You don't know that we win the next 2 because the Yankees had the
Everything's
momentum.
different, yeah.
And even if we do win game 2, it's tied going back to New York, and the Yankees still have the momentum even
Yeah.
if we win game 2.
Yeah, you got to win those home games in baseball. You
Yeah.
got to win that opening series.
So the series would have been 2-2 yesterday instead of 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
And then also that 5th inning. If they don't give the walk-off grand slam, and then if they don't make 3 errors in the 5th inning, the Yankees are leading the series 3-2 right now, going back to LA with a chance to win the World Series. Instead, they lose in 5.
Yeah.
That's how
It's a big swing.
less than 2 innings changed that whole series.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty incredible. Let's do some early predictions for next year. Let's do way too early hot take for the MLB season next year. I'll start. I gotta think of one now because I put myself on the spot and I didn't even have one planned.
What? So like
But
a hot take, like who's going to be in the World Series, or just like in
it could
general?
be. It could be anything about baseball next year or off season. Really anything. I'll start. I'll say the Tigers win the AL Central.
Okay, I could see that.
I can see it. It's a hot take for
They
a
were
reason.
good this year.
They were
They were pretty good.
decent.
They were pretty good.
They were decent.
They exceeded expectations.
Well, yeah, they definitely did because they were sellers at the deadline. They traded us Jack Flaherty.
Yeah.
And then they still made the playoffs. That you never see that in sports where a team sells at the deadline and then heats up and makes the playoffs.
Right.
You never see that. And then they won a playoff round.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that worried me when they beat Houston. I was like, that's the team that's been knocking out the Yankees.
Yeah.
And the Astros weren't that good this year, but they always beat the Yankees in the playoffs.
They're always clutching the playoffs. That's
Yeah. So I was like, I'm glad the Astros are out because I don't like them. But in case the Dodgers don't get there, I don't want it to be like Yankees, Phillies, or Yankees, Mets.
Right.
That would have been terrible.
Yankees, Phillies. I would have had to root for the Yankees. That would have been ugly.
I would have had to root for the Phillies, which would have been ugly. So that would be rough. That's like, I was talking to Tyler and he was like, this is the first World Series I'm not going to watch a single pitch of because he hates both teams.
I do hate both teams as well. It sucks.
Yeah, but you have Freddie.
I have Freddie, yeah, but that's one guy.
Why do you hate the Dodgers? You don't have a reason to hate the Dodgers.
Because they're sellouts. And I don't like LA teams.
They're sellouts.
I don't like LA teams.
Yeah, but they're not originally from LA.
But they are now.
So what's wrong with LA?
I don't like LA, Texas, or New York.
Oh, because of the Cowboys?
Sports
Oh,
teams.
wait.
Just in general.
Just all Texas teams? So like the
Pretty
Texas
much.
Rangers you don't like?
Yeah. But
Really?
the only Texas team I like is TCU, Horned Frogs.
Why?
That's literally it. I don't even know. I just like TCU.
You
So
don't
last year in the World Series, you were rooting for the Diamondbacks because you don't like.
Because I don't like Texas Rangers.
So you get probably like the Mavericks and the like Stars.
I don't like the Mavericks.
Really.
Oh, I remember we were watching the hockey playoffs last year, and he was like, "I just want Dallas to lose,"
Mm-hmm.
and we were like, "We're Flyers fans. Who cares about the Stars?
Yeah.
Not even the same
I
conference."
see that
But-
DAL at the top, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I hope
That's
you lose.
that's the weird part with the whole Dallas Philly sports thing. There's like it's such a hated like rivalry, and it's one sport. It's literally just
Yeah, it really
it's literally
is.
just
It
football,
really is.
and then everything else is just not connected at all.
Phillies Astros, you could argue a rivalry because the Astros beat them in the World Series, but I don't think that's really
not-
even
that's
a
not
rivalry.
enough.
That's
I
not a
don't-
rivalry.
It's just they had to play, so you know.
Yeah.
Then you have things like Penguins Flyers, who's Pittsburgh Philly, but Pittsburgh Philly is not a rivalry in any other sport.
Steelers
Yeah.
Eagles don't like each other, but I
It's not a
wouldn't call it a rivalry.
Yeah,
it's like
no.
it's like a dislike, but it's not a rivalry.
It's just like, play each other once every 2-3 years. They don't like each other.
we
but
share Pennsylvania. It's kind of like
you can't call it I wouldn't call it a rivalry.
I wouldn't call it a rivalry either. I'm
Little
just saying
rivalry.
a little bit.
Not Penguins Flyers
There's some
level.
heat.
No.
There's some heat.
Definitely not Penguins Flyers level. And then the Pirates and Phillies, which is obviously not a
speaking of the
rivalry.
Penguins, I got a great parlay tonight.
Really?
Great parlay. So we have the Sharks winning tonight. Sharks winning again.
You pick the Sharks to win again?
Aren't
yeah,
they
I
ass?
did. They're playing
Yes.
they're playing the Blackhawks though.
They aren't good.
They're running
either.
hot. Texans to win, and then the Ducks to beat the Penguins. I just had a.
Ducks to beat the Penguins. The Ducks don't look terrible. They're like 500, right?
They're for 4-4.
You're like, okay.
Could hit. I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna hit.
That game's in the Thursday Night Football. Where's that? That's in
Jets.
New York.
That's in New
tonight,
York,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Because not that I think it'll matter, but just out of curiosity.
I mean, it does help. The Jets.
It does help them, but I don't think it'll matter.
Yeah, I have.
We need to talk about who we're gonna. We need some guests on here. When are you bringing Kayla on the podcast, Dylan?
I'm nervous for that day. I'm nervous.
Why?
I don't know. She says some shit. I don't know.
We have like people lined up that want to be on this, but we have
else?
3 mics.
Charlie
Charlie and both Wagners want to be on it.
Charlie.
So that's 3 people that want to be on it, but we only have 3 mics. So we'd have to wait until somebody's like, "Oh, I can't make it this week," and then you're in. And Charlie and Dylan Wagner aren't even here.
Yeah, true.
So
Dylan's not here.
he's in Tennessee.
He's still there.
He wants me to like bring him in on like a call, but that's gonna be. We
That's
could
tough.
figure it out. We could put him on the screen. There's a way to do it,
Yeah.
but our tech producer needs to figure out how to do that. So, which I don't blame him for not knowing how to do because that's tough. So
we never finished our World Series or our MLB predictions.
we did not. I got completely off track. I had my hot take. What's yours?
Mine is Eagles or Braves and Phillies both have 100 wins, but the Braves win the division.
I could see that happening because you guys are banged up last year. How many wins they have this year?
The
90,
Braves,
91?
yeah, like 90.
Aren't the Phillies gonna lose a couple guys though?
Probably, but they might get Soto.
You think
So
they're
I'm
gonna
kind of
say that?
nervous for that. I mean, they could.
I don't think they're going to get Soto. I don't think he's going anywhere. But Soto's the kind of guy that would be like,
He
well,
could
we
bounce
lost in the
around.
World Series, so I'm
Yeah,
going to go
I
to the
guess.
Dodgers.
I guess.
Like, I don't even.
He won as a rookie the World Series. So
He did, but
that's pretty crazy.
he was 19. He was our age. We're sitting in here filming a podcast, and he was winning the World Series. What are we doing with our
All right,
lives?
all right, don't bring it up. Don't do it.
Oh man, that's crazy to think about. Then like Matt Mitchkov on the Flyers is 19. He's playing for the Flyers tonight, and we're going to the game paying to watch him play.
See, Matt, I was there for Matt Vay's first goal in Wells Fargo. That
Were you?
Minnesota game
Oh yeah, that's right.
off the double pipe.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. He's gonna be so good.
Yeah, he already is so good.
We got the Blues tonight. I know it's early, but they gotta start winning games because that division
Yeah.
is so stacked. That's like Dylan. I'll compare this for you in I'm trying to think of a sport to compare it to. Like
Explain this in NFL terms.
NFC East 4 years ago when everybody.
Oh, they're all ass. Okay.
No,
no. Like
Maybe 3 years ago.
No, they're
Oh,
all
okay.
they're all good.
2020, they were
So
all
it's like-
terrible.
The 2021, remember they.
Okay, 2021 they were
Yeah,
all
sorry,
good.
I got the years wrong.
It's like the Eagles are like 1 and 2. It's super early. They're not
Right.
looking great, but they need to start winning now because the Commanders, Cowboys, and Giants are all like 3-0.
That's weird to hear, but yeah, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
That's like how it is because
Right.
the Rangers, Hurricanes,
Capitals,
Capitals, and Devils are all very good. The Islanders are always in the mix for like one of the last playoff spots.
Columbus has started off solid. They're 5-3 right now.
I'm not worried about.
I'm not worried
Columbus.
about them, but they're still. You still got to play
Definitely
the
not worried
games.
about Columbus. I'm not worried about Columbus. I'm not worried about Pittsburgh. Every other team has a chance to seriously make the playoffs in that division, and that's 6 teams, and only 4 of them will. So someone's gonna miss out.
I think they can do it.
I think they can, but they got to
Especially-
start winning now.
No, yeah, they played. You didn't. You said because you're watching the Dodgers, right? You didn't really watch the Boston game.
I was going back and forth,
You go
but
back and forth?
mostly Dodgers.
They
'cause it's the
played. They
World
played
Series.
very well that game. They played very well,
Well, they shut out the
No, I mean,
Boston Bruins.
obviously, yeah,
on
but-
the road. So
but it was.
Sam Emerson had a
They
great
gave
game.
up no breakaways. That's the big one there. No breakaways.
They give up like 2 breakaway goals every game, and it kills them because there's nobody's back.
Yeah.
It happens, and they never get a save on a breakaway ever. So, yeah,
Got my Harrison jersey on right now.
your Harrison jersey. Yeah. Are you wearing that to the game tonight?
Yeah, I've worked every game.
Of course. This is our 2nd game this year already. That's pretty good. We were 7. I was at 7 last year. I don't know how many you went to, because I went to one with just my
This
dad.
is my 3rd. Because I went to the Capitals one, then the Minnesota one, and then this is.
Oh wow, yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So we're gonna be 2-1 at the end of it.
That's right. Yeah. We went last week and they lost 4-1 to the Capitals. That was like, we were talking about that on last week's episode. That was like the worst they've ever played when I was at a game before. So they got to turn it around tonight. Love to see them get third win in 4 games, second in a row, start turning things around. Torts is kind of on the hot seat, save his job maybe. The lines came out for tonight. They have TK, Coots, and Mitchkov on the first line again,
Okay, yeah.
which I love. And then the second line is Tippett, Forster, Frost.
They moved Frost up a lot. Okay, nice.
Yeah, because Frost was on the 4th line on like Sunday with the Laurier and Hathaway, which made no sense.
Where is Hathaway actually? I want to.
He's 4th.
He's 4th.
line,
Who's
I
3rd
would
then?
say. Let me look.
And I assume the defensive lines are going to stay the same, right? Because York's still going to be out for a little while.
Yeah, York's still out. So let me go back. I reposted it on Twitter. I lost 2 Twitter followers. Who unfollowed me?
Me and Nick.
Yeah. Flyers, lines, and pairs tonight. The third line is Farabee, Lawton, and Brink.
Okay.
The 4th line is Cates, Paling, and Hathaway. So no Delorier tonight. Defensive pairs of Sanheim and Risto.
Yeah, that's great. I love that.
Sealer and Drysdale, and then Emil Andre and Eric Johnson. And then Harrison and Net.
I like having Andre at the third line. He played really solid. He played really well.
Yeah, he did. He had his first career point last game. That was last game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was last game. That was on the Forster goal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because that was their.
Because he was, I think he was getting tucked in at like and he just passed it. He just passed it back, and Forster was right there.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot going on in the sports world, ladies and gentlemen. Dodgers are World Series champions. I think we're gonna wrap it up here, but yeah, Dodgers win the World Series. Freddie Freeman, World Series MVP.
Him.
That we didn't talk about that moment enough. That's one of my favorite sports moments ever. And that's like when that happened, I said to my dad, I was like, if they win this series, which they have to win for it to count, that might be my favorite sports moment of all time. Because I don't think they win the World Series without that home run. And the iconic call where he, like Joe Davis redoes the Vin Scully call. Mm-hmm. She is gone. And he's like, Gibby, meet Freddie.
Yeah.
That was an incredible call. And then you never see Freddie Freeman pimp a home run. And he just stood there like this, and you knew it was gone.
That adrenaline was probably crazy.
Oh my gosh, the pop from the crowd was just. Yeah. I had never seen anything like it, and it's funny because my mom's watching in the other room, who's a Yankees fan. My dad and I are watching in our room, and we're trying to be like
quiet,
polite about it the whole game. It's game 1. The Yankees hit a home run. I could kind of hear my mom go like yes, but like she's not like going crazy. We're trying to do the same, but then Freddie hits that home run. What am I supposed to do? Be like, yes, all right, like cool.
You gotta explode.
Yeah, I went nuts, and so, yeah, one of my favorite sports moments of all time, right there. Freddie Freeman might be in my top 10 favorite athletes now of all time, and he's only been a Dodger for 3 years.
That's nuts.
But he's got a ring, World Series MVP. Gotta love Freddie. Even if I don't care if you're a San Francisco Giants fan or you're a Yankees fan, you gotta love Freddie.
Well, Yankees fans right now, I'm sure.
Yankees
I'll cut
fans
you a break if you're a Yankees fan right now.
Yankees fans? If you're a Yankee fan, you piss me off because you see what they.
You're going crazy right now, James.
Yeah, because they piss me off because
with Mookie?
The whole thing with Mookie where they're twisting his wrist to try to get the ball out of his glove. Could you imagine the story if they snapped his wrist in half there and then he's out and we lose the World Series?
Could have.
Because we don't have our MVP right fielder. Or I don't know if you guys saw this. It was game 4 and they were all standing up with the cards for the cancer awareness thing.
Oh yeah, and somebody was chirping Freddie.
Freddie Freeman was holding up a card for his mom that passed away from cancer. And someone in the crowd yells, "You suck, Freeman."
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? To say that when he's up at bat, whatever.
Yeah.
But come on, during a thing for cancer, what kind of sick human being?
Not even in the game, yeah.
Typical Yankees
Wasn't
fans,
that
man.
what the Eagles were doing when they made the Super Bowl 2 years ago when Dak had the Walter Payton thing and they were just booing him? Isn't that what it was?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's not as bad.
That was indirect though.
That's not as bad, but that's still because it's an award for being a good person. You're still getting booed.
There was a video of that, and then Dak was like this, and he was getting booed, and then you could see him in his lips go like I effing hate Philly or something like that, which I don't blame him. I feel for Dak because he lost his brother, I think, to suicide, right? And then he lost his mom to cancer.
Yeah.
That's terrible, dude. I feel for Dak.
I love Dak.
I hope he gets a ring. Sorry, but I do.
I don't.
I know you don't.
Sorry, Dak, that you went through that. Maybe like go to the Colts and win a ring. I wouldn't really give a shit.
I don't care what team, as
Oh,
long
yeah.
as it's not like the Niners or something.
But,
Well,
yeah.
I like that.
He's not winning a ring with Dallas, but if he has to, they can't build a team around him. They can't do any they can't build an actual solid
Do you
team.
think he's a top 10 quarterback
Not this year, no. But
overall?
I feel like he can be. I feel like
I would say top 15. I don't know about top 10.
I think he's top 10. I think
Yeah.
he's top 10, especially when he actually has like pieces around him. But like now it's just not. You can't do it. Like he's got CD and then that's it.
He is like a top 6 wide receiver though.
Just one though, and then everybody else is.
Just one, yeah, but that's what most teams have, just one. What is Sam Darnold working with that Dak's not?
Justin
Addison, Justin Jefferson,
Lamb.
Aaron Jones.
better defense.
Yeah, better defense, better offensive line. What are we,
Pretty much
Okay,
everything
fine,
better.
fine.
better head coach, better offensive coordinator. What are we doing here?
But it's Sam Darnold.
Okay, fair enough, I guess.
They'd be 7-0 with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, he would actually be so good
No,
with
he
that
actually
offense, bro. Yes, he would be, bro.
He would not be.
He's probably going to be a system quarterback, but that system's good.
Yeah, but JJ McCarthy isn't.
Yes. You're
But
he won
sorry.
the Natty, and he was like the 4th quarterback taken. You're not that good
I'm not saying he's going to be better than Jaden Daniels or
because he's not.
I'm not
Or
saying
Caleb
that, but
Williams.
he could work well
Drake
in that
May's going to be
Viking
better
system.
than him. Bo Nix is going to be better than him.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who'd you say before Bo Nix?
Drake May.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Drake May's playing amazing. Look at his stats.
Drake May is playing very well.
playing very good.
Yeah, but JJ McCarthy went to Michigan, so therefore I declare him better
that's
than
right.
everybody else.
That's right. He's gonna be better. That's right.
I declare him better than everybody. But yeah, that'll wrap it up for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did make it to the end, make sure you like. I hate to be corny, but like,
20% of you guys.
like, subscribe, share with your friends,
Smash that ring bell.
smash the notification bell, smash the like button. But nah, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next Thursday.